everybody, and welcome to the On-Demand Orange News Update. This is, in fact, part 2. I'm Ernie Engage, and with me, as always, is my field correspondent and yours, Mr. Sammy Scholar. Now, before we send it over to Sammy over at MindTap University, and even before we explore those ever-important learning objectives to ensure that we're all on the same page, we're actually going to send it over to our weatherman, Clive Classman, to explore just how things are going there in our MindTap weather map. Clive? Well, hey, and thanks a lot, Ernie. I'm Clive Classman, meteorologist, and I'm here today to take you inside that MindTap weather map. As you'll notice as we explore the weather map today, there are some high-pressure regions. And you'll notice, actually, that these take up the majority of the map. The whole thing's under high pressure, which is a good thing in this case. We go from Barrow, Alaska, all the way down to the southern tip of Florida with some great MindTap adoptions. So keep up the good work. And this just in. Southern California is receiving new adoptions as we speak. Congratulations, team. That's exciting news. Now you'll note that this is the time of year for those adoptions. They'll start to sweep the nation as that pressure system moves in and those adoptions come up. So be sure to start closing those opportunities, and we'll have more instructions in future sessions. Ernie, back to you. Outstanding. Now that we understand the weather patterns, let's go ahead and take a look at the learning objectives for part 2 to ensure that we're all on that same level. Number 1, you'll be able to load YouTube videos directly into your course using the learning path. Number 2, you'll be able to load RSS, or really simple syndication feeds, directly into the learning path as well. Number 3, log into your Google Docs account. Don't have an account yet? Have no fear. We'll help you walk through this process and ensure that by the end, you've got that account complete. Number 4, load content directly into Google Docs in your My Content folder. Number 5, last but certainly not least, loading media-rich content using Kaltura. Now, once you've completed these, you're ready to move on and continue to demonstrate for your customers. But now your course is that much better, that much more robust, and that much more dynamic during demonstrations. So in part 1, you learned about the learning path, reordering, renaming, even adding and changing dates. If you participated in the activity, you're certainly ready to move on to part 2. And to do that, we send it over to our field correspondent, Sammy Scholar, who's actually inside MindTap University today to talk to us a little bit more about the deeper customization that's available within MindTap. Sammy, take it away.
Yes. Why, thank you, Ernie. It'd be my pleasure to talk a little bit about how we can go ahead and start setting up the customization piece of the learning path. First thing that you have to do, you need to go out and find some documents, PowerPoints, maybe it's a spreadsheet, maybe you want to find a favorite video of yours. Anything like that, something that could spice up your demonstrations. Go ahead and find where those are located. We're going to use those in our activity here shortly. But in case you're having some problems, we actually do have some documents, PowerPoints that you could use as well. Just take a look down there in the corner. Yep, right there. You can click on that hyperlink. It'll download for you. You'll be able to have your own PowerPoint. I think we've got a PDF and a Word document as well that you can use. Download those and we'll show you how you can add those into the learning path. But first, Ernie, you want to take a moment and walk everybody through about what that app doc is all about there inside of MindTap.
Why, certainly, Sammy. I'd be happy to. The app doc is that colorful bar you see on the right side of your MindTap window. You can actually see it here on the right side of your screen now. The app doc is what allows us to engage and customize our content. It also becomes an extraordinarily easy way for us to access content, activities, and more in one easy to access place that's always available. The App Dock is truly our differentiating factor, as it allows us flexibility in the future to continue to adapt and grow the platform, and it also allows us the ability to form important partnerships with technology companies, companies like Google, YouTube, Kaltura, and more. Now we'll explore some of these today and see, as Sammy will show you, how the apps actually exist within the learning path as well. Sammy?
Yes, now is my favorite part. Now we get to go into MindTap, show how to add some of these activities. Let's go on in. All right, here we are inside of MindTap at the learning path, and so what we want to do first is we're going to go ahead and add a YouTube video. So I'm going to click on this plus sign and add an activity. We're going to go ahead and select YouTube. Now at this point you can do a search for whatever favorite YouTube video you would like to do. We're going to go ahead and pick something from Freakonomics. You could do TED Talks, you could do anything else that you like, but when you find the video that you want, click on that radio button, hit continue. You can add some instructions right here if you'd like. You could also do them down at the bottom. Once you've added any instructions that you want to do, next you get to decide where you want to put it. So if it's a YouTube video, maybe you want to make it very engaging for your instructor to see during your demo. Put it right there at the very beginning and hit save. And there you have it. You'll have your YouTube video loaded right there at the top of the learning path. Now maybe next what we want to do is add in an RSS feed. Bring in some currency into the classroom. Get some new topics. So we're going to come down here to RSS feed. And it's going to ask us to add in a feed URL. Now some of you might be wondering, how can I find a feed URL? Well, since this is an economics course, I'm going to go to The Economist. But you could really go to any news site, and anywhere you see this RSS icon, go ahead and click on it. And what you're looking for is a feed that ends in .xml. So in this case, I'm going to come down here, and let's say we want to bring in something about banking. I'll go ahead and click on banking. Now it's going to give me a kind of a ugly looking web page, but up here is what I need, is the URL where it says that it ends in .xml. I'm going to copy that. Head on back into MindTap, and then here I'm just going to go ahead and paste that URL in. Again, just notice that for a RSS feed it needs to end in that .xml. Once you do that, it'll automatically populate in that feed title. You can scroll on down, you can add in some text if you want, but once you hit save, it's going to go ahead and ask you again, where do you want to put it? So I'm going to put it up here towards the beginning, right after our YouTube video, and save that. And so now I've got my RSS feed. Cool thing is, when you come over here to the App Dock and you open up that RSS feed app, every RSS feed that you've ever added, no matter where you've added in your course, will be located right here. So this banking services one I just did is located right there as well. Pretty cool. All right, next what I want to do is I'm going to come back in here. I've added my YouTube video, I've added an RSS feed, so now I want to add in a Word document. Or maybe I want to add in a PDF or something along those lines. I can simply go into My Content and be sure, of course, that you've already added this into MindTap previously. Once you go into your My Content app here, it'll prompt you to select one of your various resources that you've added. Again, hopefully you've already downloaded it from this Knowledge Vision. But it'll bring up a listing of all of those different resources. And when you find the resource you want to add, just click on that radio button and follow the same process again. Hit continue. And as you do that, it will bring up your next spot. You can add in your text. Scroll on down. Again, we're going to go ahead and hit save. And this time, maybe I want to keep it at the end, so I'll just leave it right there, and I'll hit save. And so now I've got my Word document. And again, same process if I'm doing a PowerPoint or a PDF, and it would be located right there. Now, last but not least, maybe I want to add in my own video, something that I've captured. It might be a quick lecture that I've done, or maybe it's something a little bit more exciting that I've done. Again, just want to spice it up a little bit for my demonstrations. I'll go into Kaltura. And when I've gone into Kaltura, again, prior to doing this, you need to make sure that you have already uploaded some content into your Kaltura app.
But once you've done that, you can come on in, you can find a video or a photograph or an audio file, select it, hit continue, write in some text if you'd like, and then again, very easy, come on down, hit on continue, and then you just decide where you want to put it. Maybe I'll just put this one right here in the middle, and I'll save that. So now my exciting ziplining video is located right in the middle of the learning path rather than at the beginning or the end. So in this fashion, you can go ahead and start adding all sorts of great content, and you can give your demonstrations of MindTap that wow factor. Ernie, back to you.
Sammy, wonderful job. Now that we've explored the ability to customize content within that learning path in a much deeper way than we did in part 1, we certainly want to take some time and ensure that you understand the action items for part 2 as well. Now, as with part 1, you can follow along with these action items in the orange, our newsletter here in the on-demand orange newsroom. Now again, that can be downloaded right here in your footnotes by clicking where it says here. Click that, download, and follow along. Number 1, add 2 YouTube videos directly into the learning path, as Sammy showed you. Now remember that these and the other activities should be relevant to the course that you're creating to make for a more robust demonstration. Number 2, add 2 RSS feeds. RSS again stands for Really Simple Syndication, and this will allow you to bring current content directly into your course. Number 3, add 2 documents using My Content, and these can be in any of the formats that Sammy referenced. Now last but not least, we'll ask you to add 1 media-rich piece of content using Kaltura, and you can upload this and add it directly to your learning path. Now you might also be wondering, why is this important? Well, as you begin to load content, you'll note that these are some of the most important and desired features for our instructors. In order to customize their course, in order to keep their students organized, in order to keep their course organized, whether it's an online class, a hybrid class, or an in-class assignment, activity, or component, we want to ensure that it all exists within MindTap. And MindTap allows us the functionality, as you'll experience, to do all of those things so easily that any one of your customers certainly can do it in moments. Now, as you complete the activities for part 2, we ask you to go above and beyond. Continue to add more videos, more RSS feeds, and certainly more documents to your course to make it that much more robust when you demonstrate. This will only help you as you begin to engage in parts 3 and 4, and for now, we thank you for joining us, we thank you for watching, and certainly thank you for engaging in the activities. Now from all of us here at the On-Demand Orange Newsroom, I'm Ernie Engage. Sammy and I look forward to seeing you on future sessions, and as always, happy selling, folks.